What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I am going to show you guys my Red Sea Reefer 250 reef aquarium, which I've had for about, I think, 3 or 4 years now. It's a 250 liter or 54 US gallon tank. It's also got, I think, 11 gallon sump. So for lighting, we're running 3 Kessel 360s pucks. These are pretty good lights. I've always really liked the shimmer that these lights have. We've got auto feeder hanging out on top of one of them to dose pellets once a day. Hey, who left these here? What the hell? That wasn't me. Okay, moving on. So for flow, we've got 2 MP40 wave makers. These things are great. They've worked wonderfully for me. Haven't had many issues with them. And I love that there's no cord in the water. The cord is on the outside, so they're magnetically driven. Okay, so we got that. We got the lighting. Now let's take you guys down to the sump area. So it's an 11 gallon sump, and I'm just running like a couple of filter baskets, I guess you'd call them, with just filter floss in them. They're pretty dirty, I need to change them. In the next chamber, I just have some live rock. Then I've got my skimmer, Reef Octopus, I think it's a 110. And then behind that, I have my DC return pump, which sends water back to the tank. And of course the ATO sensor there to top off with fresh water. Then over here, I've got all of my, I guess, controllers, dosers, that sort of thing. So I'm dosing right now alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium just for the hard coral growth. So they kind of consume this stuff as they grow their skeletons. And you need to replenish it from time to time. So I have just these on a schedule to dose a little bit every day. What else? Oh, there's one more doser, and that's a Kalkwasser doser. And so I've got a reservoir of mixed up saturated Kalkwasser, which I use for the same reason as the 2-part alkalinity calcium, just to buffer or boost up the calcium alkalinity for the corals, and also to raise the pH up a little bit. And next to that, I have my 5 gallon ATO reservoir. In terms of livestock, I've got my pair of clams here. These are Percula clownfish being hosted by this hammer coral. I've got 2 Talbot damsels. These guys are so pretty and colorful, but they're such jerks. You would not believe how mean and aggressive damselfish are, especially these ones. So there is another one in here, but they each kind of have their own territories that they have established. There's the other one here. Oh, bye-bye. In terms of coral, we have like a little bit of everything. We've got soft coral, like mushrooms, like here. We've got LPS, or large polyp stonies, like this frog spawn, some zoanthids, some micromusa, a dying chalice, more mushrooms. I think that's a favia surrounded by cyano, which we need to take care of. What else? Some Montipora, I think that's Montipora digitata. Some mushroom corals that look like they're not in really the best spot. I think I should find a different spot for these. And these are actually really cool looking orange ones too. So we'll have to move those at some point. A couple of torch corals back here. What else we got? We got some more Montipora that's kind of struggling right now. You can see a little bit of bubble algae back there. Some kind of acro. I don't really know the name, like the trade name of the acro. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. I'd be curious to know what kind of acro this is. I think this is Passalipora. Some more Montipora digitata. We got this cool pink Goniopora back here. This is one of my favorites. So yeah, overall the tank is pretty good. Although there are some issues I think we need to address and fix so that the tank can really flourish. The biggest issue is I have thousands of these Vermetid snails. You can see them here. They are, I think, technically snails, but they don't move. Once they've established themselves, they kind of build this hard shell around them. And then they send out this web to catch food in the water column. And the problem with that is that I've noticed that they tend to kind of irritate corals. Like corals don't really like being touched by other stuff. Go figure. So yeah, a lot of corals I found really don't like the Vermetid webs. And in some cases it's caused them to die back or just kind of struggle. Like I think this one here didn't really have a good time with it. So I'm trying to fix that right now. I did add in about 20 bumblebee snails to try to help with that. I've heard they can, or some people say they will eat them. So we'll see how that works out. And then other stuff I think is more minor. I've just got to get rid of all this hair algae growing everywhere. So in this video, I'm going to do some maintenance on the tank, clean it up. We're going to go to the fish store and pick up some stuff, which you'll see later. And yeah, so come hang out and let's get to it. We are here at Neptune Aquatics. This is a fish store in the San Jose Bay Area in California. And it's by far the best fish store I've ever been to. So I'm going to take you guys inside, show you around a little bit, and show you why it's such a great store. So to help out with the algae problem I'm having, I went and picked up some of these hermit crabs. These are red legs. I actually wanted blue ones, but they didn't have very many there, so I just got reds. I also got a couple of these big turbo snails to also help with algae. So I'm just floating these guys, getting them temperature acclimated, and then I'll drip acclimate them, and then put them in the tank. And hopefully they'll help with the algae and that kind of thing. So while those guys are acclimating, I am going to do a quick water change. So I've already got a 5-gallon bucket of salt water mixed up. It's up to temperature, about 80 degrees, good. And I'm gonna try to just gravel back the sand bed. It's pretty mucked up. Maybe we can get some of that cyano out too. Okay, let's get to it. time to fill back up the tank. Just have the water siphoning into the sump. I've also got the return pump on. So yeah, we'll get it filled back up, and then we'll get these hermits and snails dripped and into the tank. Okay, here we go. I wonder if these guys pinch. Oops. Sorry for the terrible camera work here. Now we've got to change the filter floss, which is disgusting. Yuck. Let's get that out of there and get fresh ones in there. There we go. Okay, yuck. Let's get the new filter floss back in. Just tuck it in there. Perfect. That. There we go. Okay, so the other thing I've been trying to do to help with the vermetid snail problem is I've been adding in a calcium hydroxide, like a half teaspoon mixed with about 8 ounces of water. And so I guess this stuff is called coral snow. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. But the theory is that as you put this stuff in the water, it clouds it up with a bunch of particulate, which is, calcium carbonate. And their webs will actually suck that stuff in. And because they can't digest it, what happens is their stomachs will fill up and they will die. It has been about a day since I did the water change. I think overall the tank's looking a lot better. I also off camera cleaned my MP40s and return nozzle to get all the algae off of it. The tank is cleared up pretty well after dosing the coral snow. I think the water's looking pretty clear. The hermit crabs I added are busy grazing, which is exactly what I want them to do, so that's good. And yeah, overall, I think we made some improvements on the tank. Obviously, there's more to do. So if you like the content, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks.